Aloha friends, welcome back to a Simply Simple Life. Today I will be sharing a Filipino dessert with you guys called PUTO FLAN. It's actually two separate desserts that I'm going to go ahead and combine. Over here in Seattle, there is a local company that sells PUTO FLAN. So I wanted to go ahead and replicate that recipe and share it with you guys because shelter in place, we're not able to go ahead and place an order through them. They are about maybe 45 minutes away. And I am craving Filipino dessert. So it's super easy because it's just two easy desserts put together. Okay, first of all, we're going to go ahead and make the flan. The flan is just going to consist of 4 eggs plus another 2. So what you're going to do with the first 4 eggs is separate it. You're going to separate the egg whites, put that aside, and then place the 4 egg yolks into a bowl along with the 2 additional eggs. And then 1 can of condensed milk. You're going to mix that thoroughly, strain it, and then we're going to start steaming that first. And then the puto part of it is going to be 2 cups flour with 3/4 cup sugar, 1 can of evaporated milk, 3 teaspoons of baking powder, and then about a teaspoon of salt. And then you're just going to mix this together. After steaming the flan for a little bit, we're going to go ahead and add this in there and steam it. Now with this part of the recipe, you can leave it as is and it's perfectly fine. But if you want a different color to it, you can put food coloring, separate it into different batches, put the food coloring that you want. You can also add ube flavoring, pandan flavoring onto the separation of the mixture, or else just like I said, regular food coloring, and there's this purple food coloring. Or leave it as is. So first of all, let's go ahead and make the flan. I have my steamer already placed with a dish towel on the top because it just prevents the steam water from dripping down onto whatever you're steaming. So I just have this with a little bit of a clip, and then I have just 1 layer because it's a pretty big steamer. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on medium heat and then let that boil. Alright, like I said, separate out the 4 egg whites. I have that to the side. I'm going to use that for the puto mixture. Now I have my eggs in here, the 2 regular eggs and the 4 egg yolks. I did forget to mention that you can also add just a little bit of lemon juice. I don't have fresh lemon juice right now, but just about a teaspoon will allow the flavoring of the flan not to have that too much of that egg flavor. You don't have to, it's just optional, but every time I make my flan, I always add just a little bit of lemon juice. I'm going to go ahead and add my condensed milk, mix that thoroughly, and strain. Straining the egg yolks will get rid of these lumps of egg yolks onto the mixture, and then you're going to have smooth consistency. Now you can just leave it here, and because it has a pouring spout, and pour it onto your mold. I've already buttered my mold, but I'm gonna go ahead and use, I have these. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in here so it's easier to place onto the molds. I went ahead and buttered them and made sure that it's very well covered because of the ridges of the design of the mold. And then having it onto this container just makes it so much easier to pour. About a quarter half full. Okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then I do have 2 sizes. I have like the medium size and these baby ones. I bought these molds from Martha Stewart collection when she used to have her like store years and years ago. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and place this onto my steamer and steam it for about 5 to 7 minutes. Okay. All right, they're inside the steamer. Cover. I'm going to check on them 5 to 7 minutes because there are little ones in there. I'm going to take that out in 5 minutes and then leave the bigger ones for another 2 minutes. More left onto that flan, so I have more molds while this one is just resting. Let this rest for a little bit before you put in the puto mixture on top. I did add a little bit of food coloring in here, the yellow coloring, just so that it has a bit more of a yellow color onto that flan. because some people like to have that yellow coloring. You can always opt out, which I prefer, but I wanted to show you guys both version. I'm trying to use up all mine, but there's really a lot in there. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and steam this as well. Alright, I have all my dry ingredients in here, the flour, the salt, and then the baking powder. I'm gonna sift it, and then I'm gonna mix in the evaporated milk. Alright, I went ahead and mixed the flour, the baking powder, and the salt in here, and then I did whip the 4 egg whites along with the sugar until soft peak, and then I'm gonna mix it together. So this is the time when you can leave it as is for the batter. This is the plain batter. This is a strawberry, or I'm gonna call it strawberry, but it's a pink food coloring. And then this is purple food coloring, or you can use the ube. If you don't have this, then just a regular purple coloring will do. But I just wanted to have a variety of different colors for the puto. Alright, I went ahead and added the different varieties of batter, puto, onto the mold that had the flan. And then fill it up 3/4 full, and then steam for another maybe 8 to 10 minutes. Try not to overcrowd the mold when you're steaming them. That's so pretty. Alright, it's looking absolutely gorgeous. I can just squeal from the cuteness. These are cute when you add different food coloring to them. And then look at this one. Not pretty? I have a couple more batches, but I'm gonna go ahead and start placing them onto this beautiful serving plate. Alright friends, look at that. They're so pretty. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. As always, thank you for visiting A Simply Simple Life. Mahalo!